To think women ain't, that gives you a sense of power, and it's false. It's a false sense of power in a lot of ways. I mean, women are just women. The just work on yourself. Just be a high value man, bro. Don't chase women, bro. Just work on your money, work on your fitness, All right. Again, that's another partial truth. Yes, you want to increase your value as a man. Yes, you want to work on yourself. Okay. But if you're working on yourself, why most of these guys are like, how do I get the vagina? Oh, women ain't, and my bad experiences aren't my fault. So I'm just going to work on myself so that, the women who aren't anyways end up trying to hook up with me. That's the answer, right? And so instead of working on your skills with women, you work on these other things. Now, that's not completely bad, but here's why it's a grift. The people that are promoting this idea in this narrative, they talk about women ain't on the one hand, and then they talk about on the other hand, just work on yourself, bro. It's because they do that because their game sucks. Have you ever thought about that? It's because they suck at women, at getting women. They suck at seduction. They suck at pickup. They don't know how to communicate well with women. They're shitty at it. And so they don't want you to know that they suck with women. They don't want you to know that their pickup skills are garbage. They don't want you to know that. So instead, they're going to talk about how women are, because it's easier. And they're not going to go out and learn the skills unless they could do it like covertly, because they don't want to lose credibility. Here's the thing, like authenticity, okay, and being sincere is my credibility. I know what I'm good at and I know what I'm not good at. I am expert level at pickup. That's why I have a course out, because it'll teach you how to create your own, right? I'm expert level at it. That being said, I can still learn stuff from other people. You know what I mean? Like when you're confident in what you have, you don't care about trying to look like the, some sort of esoteric spiritual master at everything. You can just go learn. You know what I mean? I'm learning about things like marketing. I'm learning more about marketing every day. I'm learning how to work my computer every day. Those of you guys are on to my technology problems. I'm learning things every day. There's things I'm not good at. You know what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to open up a course on how to work your, I don't even know what to call it because it's so bad at it. How to work your computer thingy. Okay. I'm not opening up that course because I suck at it. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to ignore the fact that I suck at it. There's people that know how to computer really freaking well and know how to digitally market well. In fact, one of my my course administrators knows how to digitally market pretty well. And I'm going to get their advice on how to do it because it's not what the fuck I do. You know what I mean? And I'm not about to pretend that you don't need skills in digital marketing because, I can just high value man bro on my podcast show. Like, no, I need to market better. Now, there's some algorithm problems that I have that other people might not have, but I could lean on those things as an excuse. I can also digitally market YouTube using the skill, stuff available and get better at that to make my stuff get better too. It's going to be a little bit more of a struggle, but that doesn't give me an excuse to then just sit back and not do it and pretend that it's not a real skill set. Like, you have to be able to admit and accept where your shortcomings are, and people who are confident and have things of value to offer can freely do that. But a lot of these grifters, okay, they're not good with women. They're not good with pickup. They're not good with game. They don't know how to seduce that well. And so they don't talk about those things. They try to present as if that doesn't actually matter. And then they try to get you to work on basic, very general that they can put out on the internet without any real results, like being a high value man. Like, what the hell does that mean? You know what I mean? Am I going to wear, I'm going to wear my tailored suit today and talk to you? Does that make me high value? You know, I got a pretty cool watches, you know, do I, maybe get a supercar or whatever? And there's nothing wrong with supercars. I have friends in the space that have supercars. The badass, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, they're awesome. Okay. My good friend, I'll plug him. Rich Cooper, I think is a good guy. He's got his supercar. I love it. I got to take a ride in it when I was at one of his events. Like, I'm not talking about him. You know what I mean? Like, these guys offer things of value. It's not offering something of value and then having a supercar and talking about those things isn't bad. Again, it's about what you're actually offering. But there's a lot of people out there that don't offer many things of value. That's not actionable advice. There's not much that's out there, and they're presenting a narrative that's only designed to get you to filter your money, time, energy into something that's not going to help you. Most of you guys want to do better with women. Okay. That's why you're trying to be high value. All right. And of course, we know don't focus on women and that'll make you high value, whatever. We know the mantra, right? We know the grift. But the reality is you want to do better with women. That's a part of the equation, if not the entire equation for you. And yet you think that you're going to just be high value, super high value man, right? And I don't know, look cool on Instagram or whatever you think, and that, you can boost up your image, work on your money and, work on your fitness, which are good things. Don't get me wrong. And then talk about women all day. And then that you're going to have great success with women. You're not, you're going to fail. Okay. The reason why you're going to fail is because you don't have the skills. All right. I could lift and spend time in the gym and get super conditioned and even get my endurance up and be a machine. But if I don't train how to fight, I'm going to get my kicked against a fighter, because this fighting is a skill set. Okay. Does being big help? Does having more muscle mass and mass behind and explosiveness and, and physical capabilities, will that help you in a fight? Yes, of course it will. But it doesn't replace the skill set. If you get in a fight as a big guy, you're only going to win against smaller, unskilled opponents. A guy who has some training will kick your ass because fighting is a skill set. You can't ignore that. Same with game and pickup and seduction. It's a skill set. You have to work on the skill set. Okay. Being high value, having cool, looking good on your social media, providing not being a tryhard, which is part of sucking with women, as people are tryhards all the time, but whatever, you know what I mean? That's good. Like, that'll increase your chances. Okay. How many high value men do you think end up in one of my programs because they're sucking with women? All of them. Okay. A lot of them. I'm going to tell you, these guys, and I don't say sucking, like some of them were doing pretty good actually, and they just wanted to get their skills up. You know what I mean? I don't get like guys who don't have their together in my programs. I get guys who are high value guys in their own right. They're working on increasing the value, and they usually do that through the process of working with me in different capacities. And that's a good thing. And that's really important. Is it more important? It's not about more important, right? That's like saying, is fitness more important than, working on your money, right? Well, you can't not work on either of them. You have to work on all of it, right? And so these guys will show up, and they're high value. I've had so many guys who could coach me on how to make more money, coach me on what cool to buy. You know what I mean? I've had guys who could coach me on fitness in my programs. I have guys who have all of these niches and things that make them high value, need the coaching on women, and they're at least smart enough to recognize that. Okay. Because it's a skill set. All right. Now, a lot of women support the high value man idea because they don't want you to learn, you know what I mean? The skill set in a way. Some not really aware women who are aware, who might stumble across this channel. You're probably different, thanks, Adam. But it's just in general when they're not thinking about it, because women have the monopoly on persuasion and manipulation in the relationship. Okay. And I'm not trying to women say women are all manipulating and trying to, it's not that. It's just being the weaker of the sexes. They're more wired to use emotion and to be able to maneuver around through influence. Better than a guy's wired for that. Guys more wired to influence through dominance and physical capabilities and resources. She's more wired to do so through social influence, which means playing with your emotions, right? Out arguing your ass, okay? All of those things. And so you learning seduction skills, pickup skills can come across as skeevy to a girl because she just wants you to show up. I mean, that would be their ideal, right? Because remember, we're divisive in how we evolved. So women would love guys to just show up. It's like the Tinder thing, almost like experiment. Show up and just be a statistic and a look, and then she could handpick the one she wants and then control that guy. She wants the guy who's high value that she can control to be the perfect match for her. That gives her a sense of safety. It's a losing proposition. Girls who are very well self-aware do know that that's a losing proposition. Most women, unfortunately, don't know that. And it's a losing proposition because she can't tell the guy how to behave. She cannot take a guy who looks great on paper and turn him into the perfect man, even though she always wants to do that, which is why she's always trying to fix and save and do all that stuff to different guys of different types. But you see it all the time and it never works. Okay. But because they would like to do that, they would like you to have less. It's like they want to experience your seductive power, but they don't want to know that you had to train for them to experience that. And they don't want you to have so much power that they feel powerless in that influence, right? Logically, that's in their heads. Now, in the experience, though, they would rather be experiencing seductive power, and they're going to go for that and do very well. So that gets supported. You know what I mean? The whole high value man narrative gets supported by women and men who simp for women, and who are trying to appease women. But then, of course, the negative part of the narrative doesn't go well with women. But that gives you guys who have had your struggles with women a sense of power, though, doesn't it? To think women ain't, that gives you a sense of power, you know? And it's false. It's a false sense of power in a lot of ways. I mean, women are just women. You know what I mean? It's not that they ain't, or that they're great, or that they're good. It's going to depend on the individual. They're literally just women. That's it. It's not that hard. And what you have to do is you have to learn the skills.